What's going on, everybody? My name is Adonis Lockett. Welcome to 360 TV. I'm going to be your host, and as always, I got my trusty co-host, Mr. Darion Coleman.
What's up?
Okay, he actually speaking today.
I'm speaking today.
I appreciate that. And tonight we're being joined by a very special couple, Anthony and Mika Davis. They are rock stars. Anthony is in the business of real estate, leveraging people. Mika has been standing by him this whole time, and we're going to go down their journey of the Anthony and Mika story. So let's welcome Mr. Anthony and Mika. How are y'all doing today?
Thanks for having us.
All
man.
right.
I appreciate being here with you.
So I did get the names right, yes?
Yes.
All right. Whew. That was a gamble. I'm not gonna lie. So as always, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the show tonight with our whiskey wisdom. So let's check it out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Breon
And Rhonda Swanigan.
from Prolific Properties REI. And tonight we want to talk about, on Whiskey Wisdom, the Clover, which is a martini that's cognac-based and whiskey-based.
Wait, cognac
Yes.
and whiskey?
Yes.
And a martini?
Both. Love
Ooh.
it. And
yes.
a splash of lemon juice and agave nectar.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
Nice.
I've had this drink before.
Bar Louis.
Good job. Our whiskey wisdom tip of the night is to have multiple exit strategies. You always want to have the end in mind when you're purchasing property. So an example could be if you're getting a property that you would like to keep as a rental, what are some other exit strategies you have before you make that final purchase? So always have multiple exit strategies and have the end in mind. Cheers to that, my man.
Cheers to that.
Good job on the drink.
Nice.
Ooh.
Guys, you gotta try it.
Gotta try, guys. Back to you in the studio.
So they were drinking the Clover. Have you guys been to Bar Louie?
No,
No,
I haven't.
I haven't.
Oh, y'all missing out. So they have a martini of cognac and what's the other drink?
Hennessy.
Hennessy and cognac in a single martini. Fire.
Okay.
We're full-time parents. We're at the crib.
In other words, we don't have
Right.
time for those games.
Fair enough. Look, keep your little bar drinks. You know what I'm saying? Fair enough. So you know, as first of all, thank you guys for joining us in the studio today. We appreciate having you guys.
Absolutely.
So you know, let's jump right in. Tell us about Anthony and Mika. Give us your backstory, and we're gonna jump right into you guys in real estate. But tell us about y'all as individuals.
Man, it's an interesting story. I'm a ladies first.
No, it's a long, interesting story.
Give us the
you
short.
tell me,
Give us the
because
short version.
Normally, I give the woman's version, and it's too long,
Uh-oh.
and I don't think we have enough time. in
Uh-oh.
this
We don't have
segment,
enough
so-
time to
yeah.
talk about how long she stalked me. So,
No. Wasn't no stalking at all. But yeah, you give your version, and then I'll correct you.
now, so what I always say, and this is actually just for effect, but I always tell people I married my high school sweetheart's best friend.
Huh?
Oh my
wait,
God.
wait.
That's all
Renee,
y'all
Where's the
know.
line on that here?
Yeah.
No. How I met my wife was, so I was the only child. And so, of course, when you're the only child.
You're
and
spoiled.
I wouldn't say spoiled, but I
spoiled
was
per
a
se.
single parent household.
Okay.
So not to get into too many of, any of those details. But anyway, single family, only child, party house.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Oh, so you was turning up.
Yeah, so at the
On
time,
the down
I
low,
was
though.
talking to her friend. It was never a serious relationship. It was never anything even halfway serious. So I was a freshman, and I think they were going into their freshman year. And so I invited them over for a party. And I said, hey, man, bring your friends. And so she brought...
Little did she know
Yeah, she
that
brought
was
her
a
with
ploy. I've been eyeballing your homie for a minute.
And shout out to her friend, man. I love her, man. She's great people. But, when you meet a friend, you're like...
Like,
Hey,
yo,
where was she
Where
at,
were
man?
you when we met? Right.
Hey, Mika walked in. He said, "Gotcha."
Listen, like, yo, bring your friends, especially your homegirl.
You thought I liked you?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, that's exactly what happened. So I saw her, and I was stuttering over my words. I think I offered her some watermelon, which is like the worst thing to,
Oh,
Okay.
And so we
My
ended
brother.
up meeting that time, and then I didn't see her again for 4 years, 5 years.
Oh wow.
So I left to go off to college, and then my grandmother passed, so I came back to help my mom. And then my best friend and one of her best friends are siblings. So my best friend and then his younger sister is her friend.
I'm a little slow. I had it in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My best friend and his best friend were
Our siblings,
siblings.
brother and
Gotcha.
sister.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I got
And so
it.
back then, what the girls used to do, all their girlfriends, they would put their pictures on their mirror inside their bedroom. So I was in, I call her my little sister, but I was in her bedroom. I'm looking at
Scouting.
the pictures.
He was like, listen, all right,
Absolutely.
well, who's popping today? Yellow Bones
She look
says,
good.
put me up.
Yeah. So I saw her picture, and they said, well, you know her. And I was like, yeah, but she looked different. And they said, no, that's her. I said, I gotta get with her. They
Uh-oh.
said, man, she is not gonna talk to you.
He spoke it to the universe.
He did.
I spoke it to the
He
universe.
did.
And so that day I went over to her house, and
Party done.
Right.
I went over to her house, and I gave her my phone number. I thought I spit, some pretty good game, but she didn't
You
call
thought
me for like
you thought
6
you
months.
did.
Wait,
No,
wait.
she didn't call me.
No.
She didn't call me for like.
She done went,
6
got
months.
dumped like 3 or 4 times, and it was like, fuck, like I'm bottomed out.
I'm
No.
gonna
Let
go
me-
on and
let me-
call.
I'm bottomed out. You know what I
That's
mean? Like,
not what happened. Never bottomed out, but definitely his game was not on the level that he thought.
so
it
she
was.
didn't hit
I was
rock
like,
bottom,
right.
but she was one level above it.
Look. I was like, nah, I'm good, but apparently he. Hey, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's
said his
20
game
years
got
after
me. That's what
marriage.
she said.
20
That
years
math,
after
yeah.
marriage, though. But no, I think.
So wait, so y'all been married 20 years?
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all don't look old enough to be.
I swear. You really
Right. I'd have guessed like 5-6 years or something
Yeah.
like that.
I'm 40. She's 39. We've been married 21 years.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Hey, look,
I love it.
round of applause in the
love it.
studios.
It
I knew
hasn't
that-
been without its ups and downs.
Absolutely.
But hey, we
we
stay
here.
together.
We here.
Right.
We're here.
I like it. So what do you both do now? Right? Tell me what you both do.
So we run a number of businesses. So when I graduated from college, I had got my degree in accounting and finance. She had got her degree in education. We were in Southern California at the time.
Okay.
And we were trying to purchase our first home. And so we got approved for an interest-only loan at the time for like $350,000 in Southern California.
You got
everything
cooked.
had
We got
transit.
Cooked.
And,
No, we really did.
yeah,
Listen.
no.
Like bacon.
We
No,
had no
it
idea.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we didn't take the loan. We came out to Denton to visit her sister for Thanksgiving, and I walked into the house that they had just gotten, and I told my wife, I didn't know your sister was a millionaire. You know?
Well, coming from California to Dallas.
Exactly.
I mean,
that
you
whole
know,
market was
the
different, and we
market
were
was
new
totally
to
different.
really. We didn't know anything about real estate.
Yeah.
I was in accounting, finance. She was in education. We were just looking for
Right.
jobs, and then I finally built up the courage to just ask her sister, like, "Hey, how much did you pay for this house?"
Right. You balling out like 800,
Yeah.
900.
Right.
you know?
That's what I'm thinking. And she's like, "Oh man, we built it for $185,000."
What?
We was on the first thing smoking to Texas.
Like,
Right.
Wow.
wait.
What?
Wait, how much would her house cost in Cali?
Her house in Cali,
At least,
700,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
at least
wow,
650.
yeah.
Easily
at
700,000.
least.
Wait, what part of Cali?
We were in San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
so
like
then
an hour
in
out of
LA?
Yep.
In LA, what would that house cost? $1.5 million
$1.5
for
sure.
two?
Yeah, no,
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
$1.5 million.
nah, San Bernardino is, but
Is-
still,
It's on the
it
outskirts,
still
so
would have
yeah.
been crazy.
Yes.
And so we moved. Actually, we didn't even move. I was like, listen, sight unseen, because California, just get a house.
Right.
So I
if you
got
make it into a
online.
house, you winning.
You good?
And I found this beautiful picture and community called Pleasant Grove. We're in
Dallas,
Cali,
right.
in Dallas. I said,
Yes.
Pleasant Grove sounds amazing.
It's pleasant. There's a grove somewhere. Like,
What is the question?
Let's
so
go.
wait. So for you don't know, Pleasant Grove is the hood.
Why?
Right?
It's the hood.
Let's
Yes.
call it spade a
South
spade.
Central.
I invest in Pleasant Grove, but
the
for a
hood.
reason. This is the hood.
Hey, when he just said that in my head, I said, "Oh my
They
God!"
did right. They didn't know no better.
No, we
No.
did. So my wife hadn't even seen it. So we I put the $1,000 down on our
He
first.
knew listen, babe, you understand. Pleasant Grove?
Listen, he was like, listen to the name.
Like,
Doesn't it sound
the
pleasant?
name does, like, come on, Pleasant Grove sounds like a pleasant place to be.
It sounds better than San Bernardino.
False.
You know, so I was like, hey, Pleasant Grove is where we're going.
Told everybody.
And I'm not even that upset with myself.
Right.
Everyone was like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Pleasant Grove
Well,
in
at the time, they
Dallas.
didn't. Her family didn't tell us.
No,
so
no one
we
told
built the
us.
house, and it was one night. I was watching the news. I was an avid news watcher at the time, and I see a helicopter because somebody just got killed, and so the helicopter was showing the dead body, and I was
Location,
looking
yeah.
at the location of the body, and I'm looking at the television, and I'm like, that looks like our backyard.
Backyard.
So I walk outside.
No.
Mika is still watching the television. So
No.
when I walk out of the back door,
Yes.
she sees me on.
You're kidding. No, you're kidding. You are kidding.
So right over my
You're
fence.
kidding.
No, right over my fence is where.
True story.
is where we go. So
Crazy.
so that's how we made the text. She told you got 72 hours to get me out of this house.
I'm not staying here.
70.
And so we stayed in a hotel until our house got built, and that's how we.
So you
built
had
our
a house.
second home.
Wait. So you had a house built in 72 hours?
No.
No.
Like, tell me a secret. Like,
No, the house wasn't built in 72 hours. It took them about 7 months for us to get out of that situation. She just didn't want to stay back, and that.
Shell shook. So I was like, I can't stay
And nothing
here.
against anybody who lives in Pleasant Grove. It's a beautiful
Right.
place, man. Totally
At the
different
end
vibe.
of the day,
Everybody come.
Pleasant Grove is okay.
I'm about to
It
say,
just wasn't
I mean-
okay for me at the moment.
At
Like,
the
I
moment.
was like,
I live
no,
in the hood
I
now.
can't do it.
No.
It's
But
fine.
I guess
Yes.
the thing that
No.
got me is every time. So I was working at Wells Fargo at the time, and every Friday we would go to another coworker's house, and so it was my turn. And I sent out the group like everybody else did, and you expect
My turn.
10-20% to fall off, but everybody was a close knit group. But man, it was just one after another.
They said, what's your
It
address?
was, yep.
Where you
Wait.
at?
Oh man, my grandma died. Oh man, my wife
Wait,
just
your
turned
grandma
up.
died 10 years ago, bro. Like wait,
I just remember they don't say it again today.
You know what? Like, it's our reunion of the passing.
I never had an employee make it to my house.
Pleasant Grove.
Hey, look,
Right.
he hosting a dinner party where him and Mika is just like, well, I guess everybody got busy.
We don't understand.
So that's how we
We don't
made it to
understand.
Texas. So got her degree in accounting finance. She got her degree in education. We made it to Texas. We came for the real estate. We were trying to start our family. We wanted to have, a good home. And we only went to California for school anyway.
How
So
long
it
you
was-
been in Texas?
We came in 05. The beginning
Okay.
of 05.
Nice.
So you actually first child born? You got kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we had one before we, in Ohio. So Jamil's
Before we moved
21.
out here.
He'll actually be 21 this year.
Oh, so he like grown.
Grown.
No, he's not grown.
No, he's still in our house, but he's
Yeah.
adulting. He's adulting.
He's
So he's
adult.
like semi-grown.
He's semi-grown.
In the incubator program.
He's doing it.
there you go, there you go.
Incubator
But like,
program.
so he's in Job Corps per
Yes.
se.
No.
He is adulting.
He has his AA degree.
That man is
adult
watching
working
the
on
show
his
right now.
4-year.
Listen,
And he works for the family firm, so he has his.
so he
insurance
lives in the
license.
basement and works for the
I wish we had a
family.
basement.
So
I know I
But-
do with Miss
I
Basements.
know.
What you know about basements?
I mean, like I'm from
We
New
don't
York.
have that here.
Oh, okay.
Right. We have
You know
business.
about- okay.
Yeah, listen. Like
Look.
Darion don't know though.
I know.
Don't.
Let's not get off on a
Like
tangent,
that.
but yes.
All right.
Like
Okay.
out there.
Yes.
All right. So we have 20-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old.
He'll be
He's
21.
20, but he'll be 21
Yeah.
in July.
All right. So semi-grown.
Yes.
And then Jordan's 11.
Jordan's 11.
Yes.
So Jordan was born here.
Jordan
Yes.
was born here.
Was this Go ahead.
Cowboys fan.
Is Jordan a Cowboy fan or are we
Yeah.
Cowboy fan?
Either.
No.
Neither.
Great. So, because otherwise, this your mask?
So you, I'm
Yeah.
about
Did
to
a
say,
flag on
yeah,
that.
Okay,
y'all
nah,
not Cowboys fans.
We not
Well,
Cowboys.
I could just, in all honesty, until my nephew just got drafted to the Minnesota Vikings, we weren't even football fans. So now we are,
Vikings
of course,
fans.
Vikings fans.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Well, we're Alexander Madison fans.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. Yeah, let's just
Okay.
get them out of here. So, what house did you build?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you
right,
crazy.
right.
So, all right. So, all that to say, so with everything that you guys going, because none of your backgrounds are in real estate.
No.
How do we end up as real estate investors?
Oh, man.
Gosh.
So I
wanted to
I
get
will
out of
say
Pleasant Grove.
one.
Like,
First
listen,
and
like, what
foremost.
can we do to get out of
Right.
Pleasant Grove?
First
Listen,
and foremost,
I
you need to
will
get out.
cut grass, real estate investment. invest. Like, you name it, we'll do it.
No, it's serious. Like, even everything that I look at over our lives, it was a decision based off circumstance.
Sure.
How we even made it to Texas and why we bought our first home
Was because of the real
was a
estate.
victim of circumstance.
Okay.
On what we get approved for, what we could afford. We came to Texas. We saw the property values here. It just made sense.
Right.
So, so I was with Wells Fargo, and then I transferred to Countrywide. Bank of America bought Countrywide, and at the time, I was managing a office for full spectrum lending. And so I was in this full spectrum lending division. You talk about that bubble in 07. It was our group that caused the crash, pretty much.
Okay, so you bought real estate and then got caught in the bubble.
No, I didn't buy real estate at that time. At the time, I was working for Countrywide.
Oh.
And so we were
you got
doing
caught in the
all
bubble.
those hybrid loans.
Right, you caused the bubble.
There you go.
caused
There it
the
is.
bubble.
So it's safe to say
Not
that you are responsible for the recession, single-handedly.
Not single-handedly.
I mean, no,
But at
like
that time, though,
yo,
we did
Darian,
invest.
we've
We
met
did
the
invest in
culprit
the
Well, I
market.
haven't got
for the
I
real
just haven't
estate
got there yet.
recession.
When I tell you,
Okay.
Team effort.
our normal
There you go,
followers,
it's a team
our
effort.
normal followers are right now. They're probably thinking, we can't wait for the time when they give out the contact information.
Look, you know they're gonna be typing with one finger. Listen,
No, you're right.
Yeah, I got something to tell you.
Now, I was in full spectrum lending division, and so I would have to get into the office early enough to get our team started to service New York, but we'd have to stay late enough to service California.
California.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we did the whole entire country. And so my wife came to me and she said, hey, look, I feel like a single mom. Like, I really feel like a single mom. You know, when you leave, the children are asleep. When you get back, the children are asleep. And so at the time, and like I said, victim of circumstance, Bank of America had just happened to buy Countrywide, and Bank of America was looking for people with finance degrees or accounting degrees to come into consumer banking. So I moved over to consumer banking, got into, banking hours, pretty much.
Right.
So
Yes.
that was on autopilot, and there was an associate that worked for me at Countrywide. I actually brought a number of Countrywide associates over to Bank of America with me. And he came into my office one day at Bank of America and said, hey, I'm leaving. And I said, you're leaving? Where are you going? He was like, well, here in y'all country, y'all live to work. Where I come from, we work to live.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you.
Yeah, he hit me with
y'all,
that.
Who?
Okay, who you talking about?
Yeah.
Right in the
And
room.
nationalities don't matter,
Production.
but he left to start an insurance company
Yeah.
with his family. I don't know if you guys know, they just sold $40 million, but it was Baja Insurance. It's a non-standard insurance firm. And I was actually their banker at the time when he went off to do his own insurance firm. So I saw his bank account grow pretty quickly, and I was just like, hey, he's no smarter than I am.
Right.
And there's an end to the story. I'm going to speed up. So anyway, I got into property and casualty insurance. We opened up a number of offices,
When you say we opened up number of offices,
my wife and I.
Yes.
oh,
My
so
wife and
you transitioned out of banking into owning insurance
and
companies.
tax
Correct.
franchise.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
I like it.
So again, I saw what he was doing. I never wanted to be in insurance. I never wanted to actually pursue anything into that industry. When I think of insurance agents, they got business cards and knocking on doors. They're like, hey, get some insurance from me. It was never sexy to me, right?
Right.
And so when I saw how
Pleasant
he
Grove
did it,
wasn't
it was
either,
more of a retail outlet.
Okay.
And so so we got into it. We ended up scaling to about 3 locations. But how I got into real estate investing is when we were writing all these insurance policies, now we got plumbers, we got painters, we got
So you're writing general liability policies.
we're writing general liability, property, commercial.
Anything
Builders
property
risk.
taxes, right,
Everything.
yes,
Okay,
everything.
all right, cool.
So
everything but health.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
So what I was doing when our homeowners policies would have any type of claim, I would refer it out to roofers who had
Yeah.
GLs with me.
Right.
I would refer it out to painters who had GLs with me, plumbers who had GLs with me to do that. And
GLs, what does that mean?
general liability.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And so they would come back and say, hey, here's a, I don't want to get on camera, but hey, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Business.
Right.
In other
Thank-
words,
thank
I don't
you.
want to incriminate myself.
Right.
No,
but thank,
listen,
look, but
here's the
thank
card.
you. Yes, but thank you.
So I slowly said, well, listen, man, if they're able to give me this just on a referral fee,
Right. How much
how
more?
much money are they making?
Absolutely.
At the time, that's when Angie's List was really, really big.
Okay.
And so I went home and talked to my wife. I said, hey, look, I think I can put together an internal Angie's
Inventory,
List.
right.
And instead of sending this money to these contractors, I can go ahead and set up a remodeling company. And we could take these bids ourselves. And then I can hire all of these people who have these insurance policies with me as contractors
Okay.
to do the job.
Setting up a
Yes.
steady
It makes
income for them.
so
Yeah.
much sense now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so that's how we first started to get into bidding on remodel jobs. So somebody may have a claim. I would say, hey, I have a company
We have people
that can
that
So
do
you
that.
were a
Help
general
you.
contractor, pretty much.
Initially, yes, initially.
Initially,
yes.
I was who flippers came to remodel their homes.
Mm.
And it started with me first writing insurance policies and creating a network of contractors that was
Yes.
very deep. I think at the time when I actually did the list, I had over 400 contractors I had access to.
Of
them.
doing-
Some
of
way,
So
shape,
doing
it
or
made
anything.
sense for you to leverage all of the resources that you had for a homeowner to reach out to you because you can get the painter,
Yes.
the roofer,
The
the this, the
drywall,
that, the this,
yes,
the that.
absolutely.
And all you had to do was just bring the people in, add your percentage on top of it,
Yes.
and party done.
That's exactly
It's
what
done.
it is. And
Nice.
just for
So
the simple
that's how
fact,
you got into real estate.
Nice.
Initially.
that's initially how I got
Yes.
into
That is
real estate. I
So I got to pause real quick. If there's ever a creative way I've heard in getting into business, leveraging your resources.
There you go.
And I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing greater than the power of leverage. So that's our
I thought we did. I thought
We did.
It's like, yeah.
So whatever if we called it leverage one night, we probably changed gears. But leveraging resources is the theme for Anthony and Mika tonight. That's
All
what
right.
we're rolling with.
Leveraging.
Yeah.
Hashtag
That's what it is.
leveraging.
resources.
And always looking for those opportunities or circumstances where you can monetize something, you know. So if you find yourself referring business out, or if you find yourself sending referrals somewhere, and there's an opportunity for you to do the same thing, why not put yourself in that front position?
So then, what I'll go on to say is that is no different than people referring investors to hard money lenders. And I want to really speak to the public here is saying is that you should get paid for your network,
Yes.
right? Your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
So
Come on.
if other people
come on.
can leverage, if other people can monetize your network, so can you. So that means that every time you refer someone to a lender, ask the lender to pay you for the referral. If someone is
Yes.
asking you for a general contractor, broker the transaction, make $100, $500, $1,000. Leverage your network and your resources to the transaction because if your network is your net worth, but you're not monetizing it, your net worth is zero.
Right. But
Right?
what I will add to that is this. So like he is just a person that loves people and I love him because he loves people.
Oh.
But at the end of
Warms
the
the
day, like I told him, like you are a ball of wisdom. So
Right.
you need to be monetizing that. So even if
Absolutely.
that comes with you consulting and a fee that comes with consulting, many people look to you for guidance at the end of the day. So you need to be using that as some type of income that you can bring into our family
Absolutely.
in order for, because time is money at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so at the end
Absolutely.
of the day, look, if you're taking from our family, like you need to be getting paid for that.
Right.
So the wisdom that he had as far as like with the income, with investing, like I would tell him like, babe, like you're taking away, you need to be getting paid for that.
I love all
Take
this.
it away.
And this is so inspiring. So to our viewers at home that are watching, I want to give you the opportunity to enhance your network. So if you are watching, drop what it is you do. Drop your business. Use the comment section to network so that you can enhance your network. All right.
Absolutely.
All
Here's
right. We
what
want everybody to go up.
And so here's a recommendation that I'm going to make as well. So don't charge the customer. You charge the referring vendor to
Absolutely.
pay you, right?
There you go.
Because the customer is always going to try to squeeze for the lowest dollar.
Correct.
Yes.
But the vendor will appreciate the referred business. And what I would and it sounds like what you've done is that hey, listen, vendor, you have a painting service, roofing service, whatever. Pay me $200.
Yes.
Nothing that's going to break the bank for them,
No.
but something that makes it make enough sense for you
Yes.
to facilitate the hour or two that it got you from vendor
This
to
to this.
customer.
There you
Exactly.
go.
And you do that 10 times over, you made $2,000 making 10 very basic email introductions that took you 20
Yes,
minutes.
Absolutely.
So the power of leverage in your network sounds like is what you've mastered.
yes.
Love it.
No, yeah. Like I said, I'm always looking for opportunities. So I don't know if you guys have been paying close attention to the news right now, but in the city of Dallas, we're having a big issue with the permits.
Right.
So they're bringing in a third-party company to help expedite these permits. And the very first thing I said to my wife is, "Hey, we need to come up with a permit company."
Listen, I love it. Listen,
Yeah, like these are
whatever it is,
right.
listen.
Present
Hey,
themselves.
it makes
So
sense.
just always be, kind of be looking.
Yes.
But no,
I
I'm
love
100%
the fact that
agreeing with you.
everything is like, listen, do you know there's a rodent problem?
Okay,
we need to
we can
become
make a business out of this.
We need to
We can make a
become
business out of this.
You know what? Let's become pest specialists.
No, it's exactly what it is.
Right.
So that's how we got into real estate. It started off with us creating our own internal Angie's List for our insurance company. And then we started doing remodeling. And then I came across a couple builders. And so they said, "Hey, well, can you come and do some work for us with your contractors?" So I brought the contractors there, and I started to up the price every project.
Right, as you should.
And I just kind of felt like, man, if these guys can keep paying these higher prices, how much are they making?
Paying.
Actually
Right,
making,
right.
right.
How much are they
Yes.
making? So I jumped out of being a GC and actually doing the remodeling and we start going to the auction.
Yep.
Start going to the auction and buying properties and start doing flips.
So on a whim, you were like, hey, listen, because I'm a GC and I know these people are bawling out and they're not pressing you about prices,
Yes.
you're thinking, if I bought a property, how could I leverage what I've already done? Because the market has shown they will pay
Whatever
top
you-
dollar.
yes.
Whatever I want to charge, they're
Yes.
paying, and they're not fighting you for it.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not fighting
So
for
it
Exactly
makes
what it
sense to now get into properties
Transition.
on my own.
Correct.
Because I already have an entire network that I'm charging other people for.
Yes.
And if they're paying me top dollar, they have to be making top dollar.
Top,
Right.
top dollar.
I,
Right.
I love
Yes.
that. So to me, it sounds like you are not somebody that's a victim of circumstance. You're actually an opportunist
Correct.
of
Yes.
circumstances. You should lead with that from now on,
You-
because that's
you-
what
you
you
are
are.
not-
You are not a
Right, to a
victim.
sense.
You
Yes.
are
I
the
love that.
person
I
that
love that. That
creates
is inspiring.
opportunity, not only for yourself, but for the people that you work with.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, you are a very rare breed in today's market, right? Because everyone is always looking for opportunity, whereas you're the person creating it.
Hey, man, I'll take the pat on the back. And it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
that I was trying to say victim of circumstance as much. These business opportunities just came out of the circumstances that were presented to me at the time.
Yeah.
So just an opportunist.
Yeah, you're an opportunist.
So I think
Because a lot of people do look at where they are in life and look at it and say, hey, because I'm here or I'm not where I want to be, I'm a victim. That's what's wrong with a lot
Right.
of people today. So to those listeners that are watching us right now, listen to what he's saying. Don't be a victim of your
Right.
circumstance.
Correct. Be
Be an opportunist of it, because you never know what could come out of your situation.
Absolutely.
I
That's a
good
love that,
point.
man.
Yeah.
no, it's a really good point. So that's how we got into the real estate at embryo stages, and then every single ladder that was climbed after that was exactly that. We saw an opportunity. How do we add value to what we're currently doing and get rid of the middleman? And in many cases, I was the middleman.
I know.
So listen,
Right.
wife will go home and be like, listen, bro, like,
Hey.
you're like, we need to get rid of the middleman. And my man's like, you're that guy. So he's like, how that shatter his ego? Like, well, shit, I don't know. Well, I guess I need to be the
I'm
man.
going to say for him, he just started another business.
Right.
Ah, you know.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you started another business.
All right, so now that you came to this revelation, fast forward a couple years, what are you doing right now? Because I feel like and for full transparency, you and I are doing projects together, right? So, like, and let me tell you, it's funny hearing the backstory. Let me tell you how Anthony hustled me, right?
Ah, no, you have
So
to.
listen, hustled me. I thought I was getting into an opportunity. Apparently, now knowing the backstory,
You were being leveraged.
I was being leveraged.
He was being
So
leveraged.
listen, so I am a hard money lender, and so Anthony was like, hey, I got a couple projects I want you to fund. I'm like, okay, a good client, got some deals. He was like, yo, what do you think about being a partner? Well, I was like, well, shit, okay, I'll lend money and be a partner, to find out that this motherfucker is never, always playing to leverage me, and I never stood a chance apparently. So, so fast forward to today, what you're doing now, because right now you're not just flipping a house or two, you're building entire like neighborhood developments.
Wow.
Talk to us about that.
No, and I totally believe that one, before we get to that kind of rewinding, I totally believe that there are no shortcuts, but I do believe you can expedite the process.
I love that.
Right.
No shortcuts, but expedite.
But you can expedite the process by just having smarter people around you. And Adonis, I'm sure that you also can echo this sentiment when I've told you a number of times, listen, man, the reason why I'm doing business with you, or the reason you're a partner of mine, is because of who you are and what you do and your expertise.
Right.
And so it's not that I need to make every decision. I need to make sure that the people who can make the right decision are around me. Right.
Absolutely.
So
Hashtag leverage.
so we went through doing the remodeling, then we started flipping, and then we started building new homes, and then we started getting into multiple projects on a volume scale, and then we started doing development.
When you say we, who is we?
My wife and I.
Okay, and you did this by no more than leveraging the resources that you got working the insurance aspect, having people on the real estate side of it bring you in, understanding the difference, and then you're like, all right, let me get rid of the investor. I become the investor and leverage my same people from my own projects.
Yes,
Pretty much
that was
every
Just
step
that
of the
simple.
ladder,
Yes.
it's bringing the person who's above you in the ladder down to your level.
Right.
Find out everything that they know, become
And then-
that person,
Yes.
and then do the same thing with the next person. So I'm the next Adonis.
He said, look, learn it.
Real estate 361.
Master it,
Cover your head.
and then conquer it. That's it. Right.
Listen, he won up on my one.
That's it.
My RE360
Hey.
plus one.
Okay. 361.
If you starting to show, I'm a great co-host.
There you go. There you go.
Look,
I got under contract.
you know what, Derek? Like,
call me.
you are so fair weather. God. I'm sitting right here,
It's not
bro.
being
Okay,
shady.
it's
It's
good.
called using
Leverage.
leverage.
There you go.
Somebody gonna get that tonight.
Hey. Leverage.
So I gotta tell you, I cannot tell you how blown away I am, because you are not the traditional real estate investor. The traditional real estate investor, I was working a 9 to 5. I saw an infomercial, wanted to get into the business, did a couple, started running my own cruise. You, from day one, leveraged into a real estate investing profession.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And and like I said, it was a progression. It wasn't day one, but it doesn't. All of my entrepreneurial endeavors, from insurance. So we have, like, currently right now, we have 21 insurance agencies. We have 14 tax
You
offices.
own 21 insurance agencies.
We do.
What?
Um,
Are y'all adopting?
but we are franchising.
We are.
If you would like to purchase a franchise.
So right now, tell everyone, when you're franchising, talk to the crowd. What does that mean? Like, expand on your opportunity for franchising the insurance business.
So we actually grew our firm to a number of firms before we sold out to a venture capitalist firm out of Boca Raton, Florida in 2017.
Okay.
When they purchased us, they also purchased 28 other offices. So they actually came to us after we sold and said, hey,
We have
we
this
kind of got in
opportunity.
over our heads,
Yes.
and we didn't necessarily know what this endeavor all entailed. So out of all the agencies that we bought, you guys had the best processes, the best procedures, the best marketing, the best branding.
Oh
We
my
would like to take
gosh.
everything that we bought, rebrand it as yours, but we want you guys to run it.
And here's your money back.
No, honestly.
crazy.
So
It's
what they
like-
said
Bless
was,
'em. Yeah.
hey, you know, give us a job package. So we kind of laid out exactly what it is that we were looking for. And then we asked for some equity. Even though we didn't have 100% of what we
Equity.
owned,
Yeah.
the equity piece that we were able to negotiate was worth more than 100% of what we had in our
original
own.
Right.
Oh my
So
So we're
gosh.
winning either way, but it
Yeah.
it worked
So
out. Thank the Lord.
so they came back, and then I started to acquire insurance agencies on my behalf and my partner's behalf now. And then as we were acquiring all these insurance companies, I started to say, you know what? All insurance companies aren't created equal. All
Right.
owners aren't created equal. All
Right.
mentalities aren't created equal. We're buying all these things and we're trying to roll them up, which is cool. But let's pause it and let's take all these best practices from all these insurance agencies that we've bought, and let's put an offering together for people who are trying to get into the industry. So we actually started our franchise in end of 2018. We're at 17 franchise locations right now. We're at 6 service bureaus, and we just continue to grow every single year.
So you're actively still, so you sold your insurance business, but still in the insurance space
Yes.
and growing
The real estate. Yes.
the real estate, but also it sounds like you're growing the insurance franchise.
Yeah, so we have our legacy agencies that we own.
So you sold it, and then you sold your insurance business, got a ton of money, and then created
back
an
into
insurance
it.
franchise.
That's what
that
they
you're
did.
now.
That's what they did.
That's
what they did.
Because I'm like, wait. Well, when I think of selling, I'm like, you sell and then you go like hop on a boat. No,
So
you sold
We sold.
and then
exactly what I'm doing.
reinvested into a franchise because you obviously know how to navigate starting, founding, growing, and selling.
Yes.
Which now makes sense to franchise because when as any of these franchise locations come around, someone comes in again and buy from you, you're selling again with the money that you use from the first sale to plant the seeds of the foundation for this.
It was actually better than that.
Break it down.
Shit,
for
wait,
us,
wait.
man.
I thought I nailed it. Like,
I thought you had
No,
it too.
no. So we actually,
Very
it
close.
was actually a little bit better than that. So we sold our firm, and the company that we sold our firm to was already gobbling up a whole bunch of other firms.
Right.
So we came back, got equity in all the firms that they have purchased
Oh my goodness.
As part of the negotiations of the sale.
Correct.
under one
Umbrella.
under one umbrella,
Yes.
and then we did a spin-off
To
of a
say.
franchise that has nothing to do with these legacy locations that we own, and we have scaled that.
So
Then,
how does that flip it back into real estate investing?
well, no, I mean, the real estate investing. So the reason why I wanted to sell in the first place is I wanted to go 100% real estate.
Okay.
So everything was scaling from the flipping from the remodeling to the flipping to the new construction to development. And I said, hey, this is taking a lot of my energy. Let me move this. So I sold that. And then when they came back
It was
and,
an offer we couldn't refuse.
and wrote the
and
offer
had
that
Wow.
we couldn't
transition.
refuse,
Yes.
then they said, okay, now how do we juggle this? Now, I told them, hey, I want to do real estate. But they pretty much gave me carte blanche to hire whatever staff and resources that we needed. And again, if you have the correct people in place, you can run
Absolutely.
50 companies.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as you have the right people in place. So being able to have 4 different companies that we run right now, but we have 4 key executives, I really only need to talk to 5 people.
I love it.
To manage all those
I'm not
locations.
trying to take people to church tonight, but it's just I'm just super inspired because it just clearly shows that when something is for you,
It's
you
for
can't
you.
even run from it yourself.
Absolutely.
Like
They-
you wanted to sell your insurance
I
and go
know.
do real estate full time, but
But
it
the
was
real-
just
it-
on you to.
The insurance
To-
company
to-
was
Yeah,
like,
we
nah.
gotta
Nah.
continue to do it. Yeah,
You
we
can't
have
even run
to.
from it yourself. Seriously, when
Right.
God has something for you,
It's for
it
you.
is for you,
Absolutely.
and you yourself can't even run from it.
No, that was
Ooh,
what we
that-
came to.
Come
Yeah.
on, somebody.
Come on,
Come on, somebody.
So so that's when my wife quit her job.
Oh.
No,
But
that's
she's
he-
very much
No,
supportive of all the
no,
businesses, but she
no.
knows what I'm
Oh,
doing.
wait, so this.
He wanted me to transition out of the job to fully be a mother and a wife, and that's what I
I'm a
did.
partner. Yeah. I just didn't want her
Mother and a
teaching
wife.
anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
So let's fast forward to 2020, right?
Okay.
The basis in which I met you was hey Adonis, I'm building neighborhoods. Talk to me. That's very different from the story you just told me. How did you go from that to building entire 150 house, 200 house neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Fast forward to that part of it.
Man, it's still kind of going on, man. But I'll
In
try
other
to be
words, you're in
as-
his business.
I'll try to be as strategic as possible. But again, like I said, making sure that you have the right people around you. And I've met some strategic partners when I got into the building that were already doing a lot of volume. They were already trying to get into developments. They had the expertise, they had the acumen, but what they didn't have is the access.
Right.
And so with the network that I had, I was able to solidify some relationships down at the city. And then with that, some opportunities came. I already had the key man. Now it was putting all those things together.
Right.
And like I said, you still, you got certain agreements and contracts. We can't get in depth on everything, but
Right.
if I had to kind of boil it all down, it was having the right people who had the acumen, had the expertise, but didn't have necessarily opportunities.
Right.
Had the people who had the opportunities, didn't know where the people are who had the expertise. And I was able to be that person to come in
bridge
and
the
bridge
gap.
that gap. And it birthed a construction company.
So this guy just said, I went from insurance, coordinating people who for homeowners who needed all of these different subs, to understanding what the homeowners were doing, to a real estate investor, to real estate investor now leveraging an entire network, plus the missing voids, to now being a real estate developer in the course of how many years?
I started our insurance agency. I stepped out, left the bank in 09.
Okay.
And so 09 to now.
Okay.
Wow.
So in 11 years, you are now, from the time you first aspired to today, you are now building neighborhoods.
We
So-
are building neighborhoods, Adonis.
So fair enough. I won't.
If your house falls down, we built the neighborhood.
We built the neighborhood.
We did it.
So
They built. They.
So the reason why I stress that is because for anyone who is aspiring, whether you decide to do it today, in next year, in 5 years or 10 years, whatever you're doing in 5 years or 10 years, you're going to be doing either what you want to do or what you're subjected to do.
That is
Right?
good, yeah.
So if you feel like real estate is your space, all you have to do is strategically leverage your networks, and one by one, he just walked it down one by one. I started with one subcontractor to 10 to 30 to everyone,
To a network.
to the homeowner,
Yes.
to the network, to the investor, to the missing gap, to doing whatever I want in real estate. He literally just walked that. You literally just walked that down.
Exactly what happened.
So, what I want to really stress to anyone is that the moment, all it takes is step one, and then that will snowball whatever it is that you want to do, and it's as simple as just keeping stepping through it. Is that it?
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, so is it safe to say that, Anthony, you are not a developer. You are a leverager of people
Yes.
who
Leverager.
know
That's it.
everything needed to be a developer.
Yeah, I use it differently, but what I tell my wife all the time is my main job is brokering relationships.
That's it.
And-
Yeah.
Leveraging
That just
people.
make it
Look.
sound so fancy.
Listen. I don't want to say all that, but
But we're just
We
leveraging
broke a
people.
relationship.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Relationship
so
is everything.
so leverage is relationships is everything,
Yes.
but I think the underlying theme is leverage.
Leverage is
You
everything.
leverage your relationships. You leverage the voids that existed into opportunity.
There you go.
And those opportunities you leverage into dynamics that ultimately made you a real estate investor, developer, sensation without even, it sounds like without even trying.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say what I'm trying, but no, it's definitely what you said, and just taking advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves.
Amen. Well, before we get into tonight's 360s, whose man's this is. I got a little tongue-tied. I do just want to say one thing I noticed that you said that really stuck out to me is that not one time did you say in any of these opportunities, did you say, oh, I had to wait to go get, this suit from Neiman Marcus, or I had to wait for somebody to give me an opportunity. You literally just used what you had.
Yes.
No.
Every
Literally
time,
use what you had.
and that
Every
got
time.
you to where you are. You use what you had,
Yes.
and that is such a beautiful thing. And the reason why I'm harping on that to the viewers at home, because I really want people at home to understand you don't have to wait on the perfect circumstance
There you go.
to use that to get to where you want to go.
The leverage. what
Look
you-
around.
right.
Clearly, again, not trying to take y'all to church tonight, but looking at YouTube, God will provide, and He will
There
use
you
exactly
go.
what you currently have in
Yes.
on your plate.
Well,
I love it.
You
Like
kn-
seriously, I'm so inspired by y'all.
Oh my
appreciate
gosh.
it.
Yes,
the
that's
other
awesome.
part of that is that I can't help but talk about the leverage aspect of it, because as a hard money lender, I will always push leverage over paying cash, because you can do so much more leveraging $100,000 with loans than you could in a single project, right? $100,000 on a single project is exactly that, $100K in a single project. If you leverage loans, $100,000 could spread over 7, 8, 9, 10 projects. So the money that you would make in one project with that 100K leverage could be 10 times factored
Yeah.
if you leverage that same 100K with loans. So
Yeah.
you are the master of leverage. Not and whereas I focus on leveraging money, you leverage people and resources and relationships,
That's it.
and that is apparently infinitely more valuable
Yeah.
than leveraging a loan or two,
That's
because
it. Yeah.
again, everyone's expertise is now at your disposal, and the upside is for everyone because you're connecting everyone to an end dollar or end product or an end solution that they're seeking.
There you
And it
go.
doesn't cost you anything to leverage people.
Relationships.
Relationships. She keeps correcting me.
Relationships.
She's
Get
like,
it right.
Well, same
That's
thing.
it.
They
'cause
broke
it, no, it's a
relationships.
difference though between.
Well, I
people
think
and
what she's saying, the
relationships.
difference between people and relationships is relationships, there's a value that has been exchanged.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
not just about,
That's some
I know somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
You felt that.
Because I want you
felt
to
that.
win at the end of the
Yeah,
day. So if
yeah.
I want you to win and it's authentic, like you want me to win.
Absolutely.
So really, it's like we are in
It's an
relationship,
exchange.
and it's an exchange.
It is an exchange.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so every company that we've started, I would say we probably never put a penny in any company that we
on.
started. Our insurance company.
wait. Say that. Talk to the camera. Say that again. Say that again.
No, like I said, any company that we've started, we've never put a penny into it.
Wow,
And the reason
come
why
on.
the reason I say that is and this isn't new, but if you can't get somebody else to believe in your company, then you probably don't have a viable company.
Absolutely.
Right.
Ooh, that's y'all write that
so
down.
that's really our test.
We hear him in the background.
No, so that's really our test. When I started the insurance company, I was actually putting the business plan together for me to pitch to some investors. So I used her father as more of a sounding board. Listen to this business plan. What do you think about it? Tell me what I need to correct. So we went through the business plan, and at the end of it, he said, I got $100,000 for this.
This is like, it's like, well, shit, that's solid. Like,
I'll
are you
invest
taking
in that.
internal investors?
Yes, right. That is exactly what it was.
So we took our first $100,000 seed money to start our insurance firm that has grew now to, multiple firms, multiple states.
Millions. Yeah.
And I think he
Look,
think he loaned it to us for,
she's like, wait, don't downplay it.
Not
Millions.
millions.
He didn't want to see
He
it.
didn't want to say
I'm not gonna say it. But anyway,
she was bursting at the seams like, wait, hold on, bro. Like millions, like.
But she did so long. She said
that what I did?
millions. Yeah.
Listen.
IRS.
Millions,
He has made millions.
Hey, man.
I'm still trying to
Hey, man.
I'm just trying to make it. I'm just
She
trying to
said
make
it. He's like, yo, chill.
We ain't
We
did our taxes
talked
yet.
about this.
We ain't did
Like,
our taxes
we
yet.
make a couple dollars.
But you know how it is, family. She said millions.
Mika said, let them know.
Because I don't know. Look, cousin gonna be calling like, well, I heard you balling out on millions, so
No, but he gave us the first $100,000 seed money, and I would say every company that we've started to get investors to believe in the dream is great. Another's like coming back and paying them back their money, 3-4 times fold. So to cut him that $400,000 check
was clutch.
4 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 or 5 years later, and them drawing a salary during the middle of it was just
that's beautiful.
That felt good to me.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about making money, but making money for others while you're making money. To me, like that's the
Ultimate
that's the
win.
love.
Yeah.
Ultimate win.
Yeah.
Because is it safe to say that if you ever went back to him and said, I need $100,000,
Hands
no
down.
question.
There you go.
He'll give y'all
Probably.
There
150.
you go.
Listen, 100,000 don't sound like enough. Like what else can I
Right,
give
what
you?
else do you need?
Right.
Sure, yes.
So when I say that, like I thought that I was doing leverage, I'm small timing compared to these guys. So with that said, listen, I feel like I could spend the next 3-4 hours talking about how to leverage people, but I would be doing our viewers a disservice if I didn't have to move into our next segment, right? So you ever been browsing the internet on social media and you see something real estate related and you like have to take a step back and be like, well, hold on. Like what's happening right now? So my RE360 wants to highlight the dumb shit that investors, general contractors, and the different trade services do.
Right.
So let's jump into 360's Whose Mans Is This?
Man's is this.
Let's see it. Let's see
Let's
it.
go for it.
Oh, wow.
So
Whose man's is right there?
To our viewers at home, we got a situation, y'all. And it's not going to end well.
And he turned the light off.
so listen.
Back to whose man's is this?
So, if I'm the proprietor of this playground, here's my marketing scheme. Listen, you tired of your 3 or 4-year-old giving you a hard time? Bring him to Whose Man's Is This daycare center, and we will make sure the next 15 to 18 years is kids free with the express slide to the cemetery.
But I say, no, the name of that daycare is Final Play Daycare.
There you go.
You sick of your kids? Bring them here. This will be their final play.
Oh gosh.
So my question is like, whose idea was it to be like, listen, you know what, we'll screw these kids up. Listen, put them on the top slide and tell them, listen, you play around. I'm pushing you down that red slide to the slide of doom right now.
Oh wow.
So
That's terrible. Like, why would somebody do that?
It's funny though, because I would say do not get on the red slide, but every child.
listen, there's one that's gonna be like, listen,
Okay,
I'm gonna do it. You dare me?
Yeah.
You dare me?
I'll do
I'm
it.
getting on
Look,
there.
I'll do it. Listen,
Yeah.
give me your Lunchables and I'll do it.
do it.
So, to the
feet.
kid who has no fear to slide down the slide of doom, to the recreation coordinator who said, listen, I will rid you of the next 15 years of kid drama, all I need to know is, whose man's is this? Oh, that never gets old.
Oh, it never gets out.
All right.
Hilarious.
So,
Oh, wow.
okay. So,
I don't know what kind of day you having, man. Glass of water or
Listen.
suicide? Let's go.
I'm about to say,
Listen.
this situation right here, this is if I'm sick and tired. Was too
Of being
fixed.
sick and tired, right?
That's it.
now listen.
I want to end it all.
Here, listen.
Trying to figure it out though, man.
I don't know.
Like, what came first? Because there's no sink.
Right. I was gonna say, did the outlet come first or the sink came
Nah,
first?
have
Like,
y'all
what-
seen Spider-Man 2, Electrode? Listen, he came in, signed his lease like, listen, only
how it
way I'm
happens.
signing up, I need to be charged up in the morning.
all the time?
So this is for the landlord to
Period.
rinse the Dr. Manhattan.
And you only get hot water.
Oh my
That's it.
This is a single valve. I want to stress this is a single valve. And notice, there's no GFI, so like you going for the long ride on this one.
That is crazy.
I don't know why someone would do that.
We need
So
an outlet.
to the electrician that said, listen, I'm going to rent the Dr. Manhattan regardless of the electric charge that comes with it. To the plumber that said, listen, I don't need 2 valves. You either hot or cold water. You choose your battle. Only thing I need to know is whose man's is this? And finally,
Oh my God. Oh wow.
Anthony, what's happening here?
What
Why?
is going on?
I don't know, man. I have
Listen.
no idea. But I see the thing that gets me is something like that, a throne in the middle of a conference room. I would be the one to want to use it.
You know, it's one of those situations where you tell yourself, don't you use it.
Don't you
use it.
use it.
Don't you have to
Right.
use it.
But your
No.
mouth is saying, I gotta use
I gotta
it.
go.
Let's go.
I gotta go. Right. No.
Listen, in this conference room, we are free with who we are. Go ahead, take that inevitable shit in front of the congregation and be true to yourself. And you know what? Like, don't hold back any of the strits and strains. You really go for the gusto.
Yes, I bet you this
I don't
company
know,
is
Miss Davis, what
called,
would
this
you
is
say?
Let It
I
Out
don't know. I told
Enterprise
you,
right
to
here.
me,
That's
to
the
me,
name of
it
the
didn't
company.
look
Let It
like a
Out
conference
Enterprises.
room, though. It looked like a church. I was like, oh no.
But it could be.
No,
could-
I did. I said, listen, at the end of the day, look, everybody needs to be forgiven of their sins.
Yes.
We need a whole body of
cleanse.
the church to cleanse you of your sins. So I don't know.
We're going to church tonight.
You know
That's
what?
what I thought.
You
when
don't
I
even
looked
get
at it.
baptized at this church. You want to cleanse of your sins, you need to shit it out.
You let it go right here.
You
Get it
listen.
out.
let it go right here.
You know
leave it
what?
here.
And if you can't shit in front of us, you cannot be absolved of your sins. You know,
Come on, brother Adonis.
to the pastor that won't let
Come on.
someone shit in private,
Come on.
to the congregation that says you cannot be absolved
yes.
unless you
Yes,
poop
yes,
in front of the pulpit. All I need to know is whose man's is this? You cannot poop. If you can't poop in front of the pulpit, you are not party to this perspective.
Pastor Adonis.
Pastor Adonis. That was a word from Pastor Adonis.
So, so first of all, I got to tell you, I cannot be more impressed by you guys' story. Like,
Seriously.
I know that you guys were doing your thing, but to hear the way you've leveraged relationships, because she won't let me say people.
They broke it.
Give me that, give me that, give me that.
Relationships.
The way you leverage relationships into opportunity, into successes, into all our careers is phenomenal in itself. And you guys are a story that I could spend the next 2 or 3 hours talking about. So I want to definitely thank you. And I appreciate you guys for coming to share your story, because you guys are such a different perspective on the way to leverage your way into a business that is so difficult to get into. And the caveat to that is that you ask any investor, you know, real estate is one of the most expensive industries to get into. And for you to make the statement that you didn't spend $1 doing it because
Not
you
$1.
leverage relationships is a testament in itself. So Anthony, Mika, thank you for joining us. You guys are rock stars.
Right.
So tell our viewers how they get in touch. Can they get in touch with you? Like, how do they get in touch with you?
The viewers
definitely.
really need to know this, because we got a comment. Frida Chambers says, I want to be like them. So people are really inspired. So
Oh.
yes,
Right.
if you can tell people how to get in contact and you know what they can do, that would be great.
And before you give the contact information, give the viewers, give them a hack, give them a nugget, give them something to walk away with to say, if you had a message to give to everyone watching this interview, what would that message be? Tell them directly.
I think be authentic in who you are and concentrate on the relationships that you have, the resources that you have, because ultimately people are buying into who you are as a person. So I think if you are authentic and real in everything that you do, and stand for what you believe in, people will invest in that at the end of the day. So I think leveraging relationships is what you do. And you will be blessed because of the relationships that you authentically try to, cultivate with people. Absolutely.
Anthony?
Just keep your eyes open. So, like I
'Cause
said,
you definitely know how to keep your eyes open.
every single business that we've done, it's been the circumstances that have been surrounding us. And I truly believe that life and God, whatever it is that you believe in, will bring those opportunities to you. So just keep your eyes open and be willing. Don't always be trying to make sure that you have the money or the resources before you start a business. Find out what it is that you want to do. Find out the people who are the best at that, and those need to become your new friends. As far as contacting us, if you want to contact us personally, Anthony at blackislandco.com, Mika at blackislandco.com.
Mika.
This could be something just to, Mika, Ka. If you want to just drop a line, if you want some advice, this can be marriage, it can be real estate, it can be insurance, whatever. But if it's particular to real estate or building or development, quotes at blackislandco.com.
Awesome.
I love it.
I love it. So, Darian, you have anything to take us out with?
You know what? Tonight, I actually do. This is good. I'm happy you asked. What popped in my mind is
that you have a portable on-the-go barber who keeps you fresh as hell.
Okay, that hairline note.
But I ain't sharing that.
Right.
So mind your business on that.
Okay,
But what I will tell you is one thing that popped in my mind that you two are clearly a testament of is start where you are. Use what you have to get to where you want to go. Because you two did it.
There you
And
go.
it worked. And it worked well.
Yes.
Yacht
like this
master
guy,
well.
I like
Cut it out,
that.
man.
He's a co-host for a reason. You know what I mean? Look. I met him. I was like, he got some gems. Right. So with that said, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure to like our channel, like this video, subscribe, leave comments. If you have questions, make sure to reach out to Anthony and Mika. When I say rock stars, beyond rock stars, they are the true definition of the power of leverage. Again, getting into multiple businesses without dropping a dollar, just on leveraging relationships. I've been your host, Adonis Lockett, of course, with my co-host, Mr. Darian Coleman.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure joining you. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Adonis Lockett. Darian, how can they reach you?
Hey, they can reach me on Instagram at 4D Cole.
No Facebook or anything of that stuff?
I'm not really a Facebooker, man.
Fair enough. Not everyone is a rock star in the Facebook world.
Black Island, MySpace.com.
When it comes back around, I'm gonna have all the. Listen, when MySpace surges, he's gonna be right there.
Oh my gosh.
So make sure to reach out to the Black Island team. They
Yes.
are just rock stars. And again, thank you all for joining us.
Oh, and before we leave, we got another comment. The Swanigans, they were our guests last week. They said you two are a power couple. And they love that. So,
Thank
What, how do you
Shout out to Rhonda
so let's
Swanigan. I
let's
love
circle
that.
back.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that term, being a power couple? Is that something you relate to?
Her favorite term is WTC. Where's the check?
Adonis,
that's not
WTC.
What did I say to you when I first called earlier today?
He was like, so how much you paying us? And I was like, relax. This is a communal show.
Right.
This is
No,
philanthropy.
I'm all cool. I mean, I'm cool with power couples.
Leverage.
It's just anything with the right motivation, anything with the right energy, I'm okay with.
We're
So
good.
call me anything but
Yes.
late for dinner.
Awesome. So with that said, make sure y'all tune in to the next time.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us on 360 TV. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.